second upload today on the 19th of December is with regard to the issue of victims of crime and the duty of care of victim support groups for victims of crime. Um, as I've stated, I've experienced 29 human rights violations. As I've also stated, I'm a victim of sexual assault and revenge porn from over a decade ago. The same social influencers are also responsible for violating my privacy and my personal information. They are also the same culprits responsible for defaming my character and for ruining my career. The issue of being a victim of these individuals in society, social influencers as they like to consider themselves, have caused a very serious problem. The problem being notably the issue of victimization and wronging an innocent woman, and especially defamation. As I've said, as a victim and as a survivor of sexual assault and revenge porn, um, my, my, my dwellings have been violated, my privacy has been violated, my personal information, my past has all been violated. Um, there have been individuals that have gone to great lengths to incriminate and find any cause for criticism with regard to my reputation. Um, I haven't been involved in anything incriminating or any criminal activity either, for that matter. Um, but yet, there are people that have claimed the most disparaging remarks and comments about my reputation, my character, my personal life. And the very serious aspect is that only a little fraction, if even a little fraction, of the lies and defamation that have been claimed about me would have any substance of truth. Um, so, as a woman that has been respectful towards all people, children, colleagues, landladies, landlords, etc., etc., family members, etc., um, I'm very concerned how people have tried to play a game of reverse psychology in this kind of a situation. The culprits that have been guilty of this situation and of causing this situation have tried to turn the tables and have tried to cast the blame in other directions than actually confronting their own wrongdoings. The misinformation that has been presented about me as a victim um, is very worrying. That this community and this country haven't provided me with the advocacy, the supports, the legal entitlements and rights that I'm entitled to and that I'm fully aware of. I know what my rights are. Um, is a very poor reflection of society and just shows how there has been very little progress. Um, in 2006, I joined the fellowship as a result of sexual assault and revenge porn. Um, I can't thank the fellowship enough for how it has helped me. Um, but unfortunately, due to recent assaults, the issues that people have caused have, you know, affected sobriety. But at least I can say my thinking and thoughts are sober. My behaviour is sober. I'm physically sore every day because of medical negligence, and which is another aspect of this victimization that's occurring. The advocacy that I'm entitled to, that I should be accessing and I have requested, has not been forthcoming. And, you know, for victims, and especially for victim support groups, say for instance the Federation of Victims, the victim support group there, there's many in this county and country. Um, clearly stipulated what role authorities have in supporting victims in society. Um, Victims of financial abuse, domestic violence, sexual assault, revenge porn, desertion, etc., defamation, injustice, um, is a huge responsibility for politicians to be safeguarding, because if women aren't afforded the rights and justice that they're entitled to, then what hope does it say for the future little girls of, Ireland? And I'm just wondering, when it comes to the individuals that are perpetrating this silent violence against me and that are violating my human rights, have they given thought or consideration to their young children? And do they understand how this affects the future? Because as a victim that has been quite forgiving, due to what I've learned from the fellowship, um, I haven't resentments. I have a clean conscience, um, but I'm very justifiably upset that individuals have violated my privacy, have affected my legal rights and entitlements, that have defamed my character and reputation, and have destroyed my teaching career. I'm a graduate of the University of Limerick and Hibernia College. Um, I've studied abroad, I've volunteered abroad, and there are people in this community that have caused very serious harm to my professional reputation. Um, the said same individuals are the same culprits that broadcasted defamatory claims surrounding revenge porn. Those people are parents today. Um, they are also people that have damaged my family life. Um, Justice. Everyone is entitled to justice. Um, it's all relative with regard to justice. Um, but what is happening in this circumstance to me as a victim of other people's ill intentions and bad behavior um, is absolutely unfathomable. Um, as a victim of crime and as a victim of sexual assault, domestic violence and desertion, financial abuse, spiritual abuse, 29 human rights violations. That's what County Kerry and Ireland have done to me. My spiritual purpose within the fellowship and as a light worker and as a teacher and as a humanitarian has been intentionally and maliciously damaged by I don't know how to even consider the individuals involved in this problem. But I'm just wondering, do they think they're achieving a positive goal for the future children of Ireland and society? Because sexual assault is very serious, and victimization and wronging an innocent woman is also very serious. And I'm just wondering, with regard to the issue of marital desertion, how many mothers and fathers out there would ever facilitate or, you know, even give any credence to such a situation happening to any of their daughters? So, as a victim of crime and hate crime, um, whose human rights are being very seriously violated, the issues that authorities and politicians have ignored are not only going to just affect me, but future families also. Um, what does it cost for authorities to come clean about the culprits that have caused me this damage? What does it cost the politicians to come clean about the damages caused in society with very serious constitutional wrongdoings? Theft of my belongings, theft of my dwellings, theft of my career, theft of my wealth, theft of my light, gifts, and blessings, theft of my bodily integrity. My bodily integrity has been very seriously violated. So, as a victim of crime, I'm wondering, are the victim support groups ever going to confront the injustice that's being perpetrated, the defamation of my character, the lies that have been told? Um, I'm just wondering, as a person living on my own, um, that's experiencing this victimization and slander and violations and abuse, I'm wondering, have the politicians any conscience? Because I worked honestly for what I had gained and earned and achieved. Um, as a President's Award recipient, my gold medal was even stolen from me. Um, I've had so many things stolen from me, and the offences perpetrated haven't been, you know, confronted by authorities. Um, as I've said, I've scars from the damage done to my body. My entire body has been very severely harmed. Um, as a victim of this financial abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, um, the human rights violations is gone beyond a joke. It's nearing Christmas, and I'm just wondering about the young girls and young women in society, um, and their futures. Because as a teacher and a humanitarian, regardless of being a victim and a survivor of abuse and whatnot, I'm wondering, as a teacher and a humanitarian, what consideration have people given to the implications of this rotten situation in this town that's happened unjustifiably for future women and girls? I'm just wondering, because the defamation of my character and the offences that I've experienced without supports, without victim support, without advocacy, without my legal rights being acknowledged, I think people really seriously need to consider what they're doing. And I think they really need to consider the effects of this for the future, because this is absolutely horrendous for any woman to be enduring. And I've been enduring since 2005. So it's now 2019. And as a victim of human rights violations and constitutional wrongdoings, I think the authorities need to confront the matters that have been caused, because just sweeping this matter under the carpet isn't the viable solution. Um, so that's a matter of concern for the young girls of the future. So when you're violating this woman, and when you're damaging, abusing, and stealing from me, I hope you're taking into consideration how this all affects society. So, as a survivor, and for the interest of victim support groups, I hope that all the smart ladies trying to gain one-upmanship understand the damages that have been done to this woman since 2005 up to 2019, unjustifiably, without amends, compensation, or reparations.